There is no defendant in the. I'm the defendant in the case. Am I the defendant in the case? There's no victim. There's no victim to my crime. Correct.
You have drug charges: possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and driving while suspended are your 3 charges.
Yeah, but no victim. Correct.
All right, everyone, buckle up, because what you're about to see might be one of the most baffling court moments I've come across in a long time. This man walked into court so lost that it's hard to tell whether he misunderstood the entire process or just didn't care to know. From the start, it's clear he has no grasp of what's happening. He doesn't even seem to realize that he's the one on trial. Imagine sitting in front of a judge, surrounded by court officers, and still not realizing you're the defendant. It's almost surreal to watch. I'm genuinely curious how something like this even happens. Do you think he's just confused, or is he trying to pull off some sort of act? Let's get into it and see how this courtroom scene unfolds. Because trust me, it only gets stranger from here.
Good afternoon. Your name, sir?
David Walker.
Yeah, it looks like he has 2 files.
I see that. All right, we'll next take up 2 cases, both entitled State of Kansas versus David Wayne Walker, 22 CR 398 and 22 CR 508. All right, we'll first take up 22 CR 508. This is my case. Mr. Walker, you failed to appear in front of me on July 17th for your preliminary hearing control docket. Where were you that day?
It's safe for sure, sir.
Okay, well, I issued a bench warrant bond forfeiture and set a new bond in the amount of $10,000 cash or surety. Are you still representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
You want to continue representing yourself?
Look at me. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the paper. Yes, sir. Don't have any money to.
Pardon?
Yes, I guess I'll represent myself.
Okay, you understand that if you can't afford to hire an attorney, one would be appointed for you.
I don't know what he would do for me.
Okay, well, he could provide you legal advice and perhaps advance any defenses you may have had, but if you want to represent yourself, you have that right. I just want to make sure you understand that if you can't afford an attorney and would like to have one represented you, I would appoint one for you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you wish to continue representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
The docket notes don't reflect if a waiver of counsel was ever signed. Do you have any notes that would reflect that he's waived counsel on the record or otherwise, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, I just note that on December 30th of 2022, defendant stated that he would hire his own counsel, and then he had a failure to appear, and on May 5th, we did not appoint any counsel. I don't show an actual waiver, and the notes don't reflect that he did a waiver on the record. It just says that he would hire his own attorney.
Okay. Well, Mr. Walker, you've indicated here on the record that you wish to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself. So I'm going to have you, if the jail has one, sign a waiver of counsel. Do you have a form?
I believe so.
All right. Can you read through that? Make sure you understand it. If you have any questions, be sure to ask me.
There's no defendant in the. I'm the defendant in the case. Am I the defendant in the case?
Now, here's where things go from confusing to downright unbelievable. The judge calmly explains a man's rights and even offers him free legal assistance, a lawyer who could guide him through the process. But instead of accepting help, he refuses. Then, the moment he's handed a form to confirm that he understands his choice, he looks up and asks the judge, Am I the defendant? It's one of those moments that makes everyone in the courtroom collectively pause. You can practically feel the silence. This isn't about intelligence or education. This is about awareness. How do you sit in front of a judge and still not know you're the one being charged? It's either a very poor attempt at a legal tactic or genuine confusion. And honestly, it's hard to tell which. Either way, this scene shows how deeply disconnected some people are when they follow misguided advice from certain movements that claim the law doesn't apply to them.
There's no victim. There's no victim to my crime, correct? The crime that I'm accused of, there is no victim in the crime.
The state of Kansas, you have drug charges, possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and driving while suspended are your 3 charges.
Yeah, but no victim, correct? No victim in the crime? No victim?
I'm not sure I understand your question and what that has to do with your waiver of counsel.
Well, I'm the defendant. There must be someone making a claim that
The state of Kansas is making the charges against you, Mr. Walker.
the state of Kansas is the victim.
The state of Kansas charged you with these crimes. Do you wish to represent yourself or do you wish to have an attorney representing you?
I will represent myself.
You've got a waiver of counsel in front of you, correct?
Yes, I suppose so. Why do I need to sign? Why do I need to sign it? Why do I need to sign this?
Because I like to have it documented in the file that you understand that you have a right to have an attorney representing you, and that if you can't afford to hire one would be appointed for you. And you understand that, and knowing those rights, you wish to represent yourself. That just documents that for the court file.
What I don't understand is why there is charges against me when there is no victim.
All right, Mr. Walker, I'm not going to play this game this afternoon. I'm going to set this case
Why are we playing a game?
in front of me on.
I'm asking questions.
At this point, even the judge seems unsure whether to be patient or concerned. The man starts asking questions that leave everyone puzzled. Things like, am I in custody right now? And are you the judge? These aren't small slips. They're fundamental misunderstandings of the most basic parts of court. Now, some people think he might be pretending to be confused to create a legal loophole later. You see, there's a tactic defendants sometimes use called ineffective assistance of counsel, where they later claim they didn't understand their rights or the process. It's possible he's trying to build that argument for an appeal. But then again, it could just be that he truly has no idea what's going on. Either way, the whole exchange becomes awkward to watch. The courtroom feels tense, and the judge's patience is clearly wearing thin. What do you think? Is this man faking confusion to buy time, or is he genuinely lost in his own web of beliefs?
October.
Trying to understand.
Mr. Walker, your case is being set on October 10th at 2:30 in front of myself, and that will be done by Zoom. That's the felony preliminary hearing control docket, October 10th at 2:30.
Your Honor.
You got a $10,000 cash or surety bond on that case.
Yeah. I was wondering if I would be able to have access to certain legal things to be able to put my case up.
I believe they've got a law library there at the jail. I'm not sure what kind of access they provide to you, but you can consult with somebody there at the jail.
Okay.
All right, I'm now going to take up 22 CR 398. This is Judge Webster's case. Looks like you failed to appear in front of her on July 31st. She set a new bond for $6,000 cash or surety. You've already had a first appearance, so I'm going to set this in front of Judge Webster on October 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning. That will be by Zoom, October 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning. So again, your bond is $6,000 cash or surety. Anything else on this case, Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Your Honor, was the time for court on October 10th for 22 CR 508, was that 2:30?
That's correct.
Just clarifying. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be in recess. Mr. Walker, you are excused. Thank you.
By the end of it all, reality catches up with him, and fast, without proper legal help, without understanding the process, and without showing even basic cooperation. This man sets himself up for failure. The sad part is that it didn't have to go this way. The court offered him resources, explanations, and guidance, but he pushed them all away, convinced he could handle it on his own. And that's the dangerous part of these so-called sovereign citizen beliefs. They convince people that ignoring the system somehow protects them from it, when in truth, it only hurts them more. Watching this unfold, you can't help but feel a bit of sympathy. Maybe he truly believed he was doing the right thing. But when you stand before a judge, belief doesn't outweigh reality. The law doesn't bend just because someone refuses to acknowledge it. It's a tough lesson, but one that plays out far too often in courtrooms across the country.